Mandisa's heart raced as she sat in the empty classroom, staring at yet another failing math test. Tears welled up in her eyes as she thought about her parents' disappointment. She had tried so hard, but no matter how many hours she spent studying, math seemed impossible. At 16, Mandisa was the pride of Greenwood High School, a prestigious institution in Nairobi. She was beautiful, brilliant, and confident, excelling in every subject except math. Her parents, especially her mother, were deeply concerned. "Mandisa, you have to do better in math. How will you get into a good university with such low grades?" her mother would say, her voice tinged with worry. Her father, a strict man with high expectations, would simply shake his head in disappointment. The weight of their expectations crushed her. At school, Mandisa's beauty drew attention from everyone, including the teachers. Mr. On, her math teacher, often called her to the front of the class, praising her even when her answers were wrong. Mandisa, innocent and focused on her studies, thought he was just being kind. But Mr. On had other plans. One day, as Mandisa sat alone in the classroom, Zahara, a classmate, walked in. "You know, there's another way to improve your grades," Zahara said with a smirk. "Mr. On already likes you. Just smile at him, laugh at his jokes, and get close to him. Your grades will improve overnight." Mandisa was torn. She wanted to make her parents proud, but the idea of using her beauty to get ahead felt wrong. Yet, the pressure was too much. The next day, she decided to test Zahara's theory. She applied light makeup, let her hair down, and smiled at Mr. On more than usual. To her surprise, it worked. Her grades improved, and her parents were thrilled. But the relief was short-lived. Mr. On's interest in her grew, and soon, he suggested private lessons. Mandisa hesitated but agreed, desperate to conquer math. At first, the lessons seemed normal, but then Mr. On started sitting too close, his hands brushing against hers. His compliments became more personal, and Mandisa felt increasingly uncomfortable. One day, Mr. On crossed the line. "I've done so much for you," he whispered. "Don't you think it's time you showed me how much you appreciate me?" Mandisa's stomach dropped. She finally understood his true intentions. Trapped by fear and shame, she gave in, but the guilt and disgust consumed her. The rumors started soon after. Whispers and cruel notes filled her locker, and the once proud Mandisa became the target of ridicule. When the principal called her and her parents into the office, Mandisa's world crumbled. Mr. On, calm and collected, twisted the story, making it seem like Mandisa had manipulated him. But something inside Mandisa snapped. For the first time, she found her voice. "You're lying," she said, locking eyes with Mr. On. "You manipulated me. You pressured me. I'm telling the truth now." She recounted every detail, exposing Mr. On's abuse. Though Mr. On was punished, the aftermath was painful. Mandisa faced shame and judgment from her peers and teachers. Eventually, the principal suggested she transfer to another school. Heartbroken but determined, Mandisa left Greenwood High behind. At her new school, Mandisa focused on her studies, working harder than ever before. Math was still a challenge, but this time, she sought help honestly, joining study groups and asking teachers for guidance. Slowly, her grades improved. One evening, as she looked at her report card, tears filled her eyes. The grades weren't perfect, but they were hers, earned with honesty and effort. Mandisa had lost so much, but she had gained something far more valuable, her self-respect. Through her journey, Mandisa learned one of life's hardest lessons: shortcuts may offer temporary relief, but true success comes from hard work, integrity, and the courage to stand up for oneself.